Hello, welcome to the Art of the Oracle. I'm delighted to be able to read for you today. I am sticking with the cards that I've been using for the week, the Deviant Moon Tarot by Valenza, and then we have the Divine Feather Messenger by Alison, DeNicola. There's been a lot of beautiful energy that feels like it's symbiotic between these two, and I've been asking for anything as any information or something that I might bring into the reading before I begin, as I'm setting the stage and the tone for this. And I was hearing the words from the song, and I don't know what this song is, but it's like, let's take love higher, higher and higher. And I'm excited to see what's going on. So we're going to start here with the Divine Feather Messenger and ask for the information to come through that we most need to know at this time, as we're heading, I guess, into eclipse season. Depending on when you're seeing this, we're a few days out of that. We are now into September. This whole year, it just really it's been jam-packed with lots of stuff. So, okay, so the first card, wow. So this dove has a very special meaning to me. It was a card that a bird that my mother was very drawn to. And I feel her presence here right now. I find dove feathers a lot. It says, feel and allow a deeper sense of peace to fill you now. This is a divine quality. So the interesting thing about this is I also feel that it is sharing with us that there, when I'm hearing this higher and higher, this take love higher and higher, I am feeling that that's one aspect of it, is that there are higher realms and that our loved ones are, hanging out in these realms, these higher realms. And this, interesting, says it's a symbol of peace and motherhood, and associated with the divine feminine. Doves have long association with the goddess and other traditional mother symbols. So I never knew that. Even though I've had this deck a long time, this card doesn't come out very often, and I guess I was feeling my mother's energy when this card jumped out, and I left yesterday afternoon, and when I came in, I saw also a black and blue butterfly, which always reminds me of my mom. So I'm feeling her energy, and perhaps that's something that that you might, if you've been sensing a loved one around you, I hope this brings you confirmation that they are. I'm going to read a little bit of the message. It is an earth, water, and air element, interestingly, because the birds themselves eat off the ground. So they eat lots of times little seeds and things. And let's see what it says. It says, dove delivers the message of peace, love, and blessings. Now's the perfect time to open up to a deeper sense of tranquility and balance. Have you felt in harmony with the world? Are you holding on to anything that's keeping you from the peace that you desire? Dove floats down to share the message that serenity lives within. So stop and take a deep breath. Once you come back to this place of inner peace, you will feel a greater connection between your inner world and all that surrounds you. This is a blessing indeed. I really, really love that. So I'm kind of feeling like there might be another card, but right now I'm very strongly feeling like the tarot would like to add to this message. So several things. We've got this message of peace, this divine feminine energy coming in, this kind of mothering energy, and the energy of loved ones like ancestors and things. So let's see what additional information. So these two are the first coming out. So this is divine connection. I know these, this deviant moon has a little bit of a creepy image, but this is when, the possibility of love, like a love connection, or when two things come together to create kind of a loving atmosphere, awareness. It could be you and your loved one, and then this could be confirmation that that kind of connection that's needed for you to have more of a connection with your spirit guides or your ancestors or angels or something like that. That's the first thing that I'm getting. So the doubling of this is the Four of Cups. So we've jumped from 2 to 4. And the interesting thing about 4 is it's more about apathy. So it's when we've tasted some things and nothing really feels right to us. Nothing is really hitting home. Nothing is inspiring us and giving us a feeling really of joy and love. So one of the things that I'm getting from all of this together, and I can tell that I'm going to need to draw some more cards for clarification, is that sometimes when we have a really deep connection, and then we lose it, we kind of feel like what happened, like we go into this self-doubt and self-blaming. Sometimes when we've had really strong relationships or really good things that happen, and we lose them, we kind of feel like this, like you'll never get it back again. But feel and allow a deeper sense of peace. So with these cards, it's asking you to be at peace with where you are right now and the past. And if you long for what was, you kind of stay in that past energy instead of being able to release it and move forward. So that's what this is feeling like, that there has been this beautiful connection like I had with my mom. And then when she passed, I did feel like I was going to have a stronger connection spiritually, like I might be able to talk to her, communicate. And I haven't been able to do that. And I felt at times like, oh, I questioned the connection that I had, which is what I think this card is saying. Is like, are you questioning old connections and asking if they were really what they seem to be? So let's go back. I'm feeling that there is another card from the Feather Messenger. And then I actually feel like we might need another tarot card. So, okay. So you saw that one fly up in the air. We have owl. And owl is associated with like death. I have heard that the closer an owl is to you, the closer death is, right? Because it's very meaning that you could be losing someone in your life. But it's also about the deep wisdom that comes with life itself and our experiences. It says your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. So with this card coming in, I almost feel like it is telling you that you do have the connection you think you have. Not to second guess, because things have not, even though that deep connection felt like it was there and then it kind of calmed down, that there's a new awareness. If you're feeling like when I'm now looking at the butterflies and I'm feeling the dove energy, I always think of my mom. And in that, the connection is reignited again. So follow your intuition if you're been thinking about somebody from the past, or if you've been thinking about something that was lost and is coming back in. These cards are really coming up. So this came in, I think, on Monday. So the pages around this new energy coming in. So what all of this is saying to me is that there's an opportunity for us to be at peace with our past relationships, even though we feel like some things were lost, that there is wisdom in the connections that made it and the connections that didn't. And don't, if you have wanted a deep spiritual connection with your spirit guides or angels or ancestors or anything that feels like it is outside of you, follow your intuition And know that this feels like new information as well coming in. This is about seeing things from a higher perspective. And this is about feeling the peace within the situation. Owl comes out at night when things are dark and things, you know, he's very, or she is very quiet because they have a lot of down. So owl kind of, you know, has its way at night because it's not only sees beautifully in the dark, but it's very quiet, right? So it can fly through the night pretty much undetected, and the day as well, right? Because of its soft, downy feathers. So to wrap this up, I am hearing the follow your wisdom and intuitive hits. That if you feel like something, like some of these things that either you need to let go of, this could also, so she's dropping this, either you need to let go of some of the past situations or the feelings about them. Like if you felt that, if you're blaming yourself for some things that didn't work or something like that. If you're wanting a connection or you had a really strong connection and you're kind of, you know, feeling like it's like you want to revisit it, then that is possible as well. So it's going to be a little bit different for whoever watches this. The Page of Wands is asking you to, with the owl, following your intuition and to move forward. And even if it, you know, with the clarity isn't what you thought it was, you have the clarity and you can let it go and drop those energetic cords. Because anytime we have regrets or we wish something was different, we have a kind of an energetic cord that is still attached to that event. And now is the time to bring ourselves back into wholeness. So I hope this all makes sense to you. I hope you have an amazing day, and I look forward to reading for you again tomorrow. Bye now.